If you're having trouble with mathematics, numbers getting problematic, don't you panic. Check MathWiz, the best math tutor on the planet. From fraction to algebra, simple maths, add up some trigonometry into that. Learning math is fun with MathWiz, and that's a fact. We're rooting for you.
Hey there, welcome back to MathWiz Academy. I hope if this is your first time that you're going to enjoy today's video. If you're new here, let me just explain. So the first thing we're going to do is talk about the prerequisite topics that are needed to do these past papers. Today we're looking at the factorization questions, and specifically those that we would call here at MathWiz Academy type 1, which, you know, really and truly, if you go to school, it's the one where you use the highest common factor. So if it is that you have a problem finding the highest common factor, we would suggest you go ahead and watch the video using the link that is appearing right now. Then you also want to fix up your algebra in terms of like multiplying and dividing, you know, your numbers and your letters, just to ensure that all of that is covered. Again, if you're having a problem, you can go ahead and click the link. And then the last thing I believe you would need before you're able to attempt these questions confidently would be our factorization video. As I said, here at MathWiz Academy, I've split it up into type 1, 2, 3, and 4. So this is what I would consider type 1, which is using the highest common factor. So provided you have gone through all those things and you've mastered it and you are good to go, then I do believe you are ready for today's lesson. For those persons who are returning, welcome back. Okay, so for today's video, we are going to jump into January 2020, and this is question 2A, part I. So we have 5h squared minus 12hg. All right, so the highest common factor of 5 and 12 is going to simply be 1. And for those persons who are having a problem with identifying the highest common factor, you can go ahead and, as we said, watch that video. The highest common factor for h squared and h is going to be h, and then we have no g's and a g, but since it's not common to both, there will be no g's on the outside. Now, I mean, you could put, for those persons who have been watching the other videos, you could put 1h, but we don't really write like that in math. So to represent that 1h, or rather, I guess I'll put it there for emphasis, and then in the answer, I'll ensure to not put it. All right, so then the 5h squared, we put it over 1h, or I'll just put h, all right? So this is 5 times h over h. So the h is cancelled, and what's left over is 5 times h, which we represent as 5h. Then we put the subtraction sign. We take our second term, which is our 12hg, and we put it over the 1h. So that's going to be 12 times h times g over h. So the h is cancelled, and what's left over is 12g. All right, so for your answer, as I said, we don't really write 1h or 1x or any particular letter. It just would be h. All right, and then you put 5h minus 12g. So I only put the 1 here because for those persons who are watching the other videos, you probably would want to see it just so that you're keeping the pattern of what you've been doing. All right, so for our next question, we are going to work on June 2015. All right, so you can go ahead, pause the video if you need to go back and look, fix up that question, and then you can move forward. So the next question is going to be June 2015, and it is 2E part I. All right, and we have a cubed minus 12a. So remember, whenever we don't see a number in front of the letter, we know that it is 1. All right, so the question didn't have the 1 there, but I'm saying that since I talk about finding the highest common factor of numbers and letters, you may want to imagine that there's a 1 there. All right, so the HCF of 1 and 12 is just 1, and the highest common factor of a cubed and a is just a. So again, if you want, you can put the 1a on the outside. Then we're going to take the first term, which is the a cubed, and we are going to divide it by 1a. So that's a times a over a. So these cancel, and what is left is a times a, which is going to give us a squared, right? So any number or letter multiplied by itself is a squared. We are then going to have the second term, which is the 12a over a, which is 12 times a over a. So the a's cancel, and what's left over is 12. So again, for your answer, you don't put the 1, you simply put a open bracket a squared minus 12. All right, I do believe we're able to do one more question for this video. So we are going to move on to January 2011. All right, and this is question 2b. So we have a squared b plus 2ab. All right, so we're going to go with the highest common factor. So again, I'm going to write this with the 1 in front so that we can see. So this is really 1 a squared b plus 2ab. All right, so the highest common factor of the numbers, the highest common factor of 1 and 2 is just 1. Highest common factor of a squared and a is simply a. And the highest common factor of b and b is going to be b. So on the outside, we should have 1ab. All right, so we take the a squared b and we put it over ab, the highest common factor. All right, so it's a times b over a times b. So the a's cancel, the b's cancel, and what is left over is a. Then you put back your sign. So we take the 2ab and you put it over ab, which is 2 times a times b over a times b. So the a's cancel, the b's cancel, and what's left over is 2. Right, so your answer would be AB. So remember, we don't put the 1, so just AB, open bracket, A plus 2. All right, everyone, so I do hope you found this video useful. Be sure to like, share, subscribe, comment below. Tell me if you know this video was helpful. Ensure that you're encouraging the other persons in the space. If you're preparing for your exam, I hope that you're feeling encouraged. I hope that these things are becoming more simple for you. If it is that you're just using this for your class, at school, that's also great. I hope it was able to clear up the misunderstandings. And as usual, I'm rooting for you and I can't wait to see you in the next video.